What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy once again, J-Lo 400 Degrees, back in the mix. Today's video is a little different. Woke up with some things on my heart and just felt like, getting it out there, getting it off my chest, because who knows who else might be out there who might be feeling similar things and not necessarily know how to word it or even, who to bring it to. So here's me trying to, involve you guys in what I got going on. With everything else, going on in the world, people losing their lives, people having to uproot their families and deal with a lot of depression, repression, and oppression. It gets tough, And as a man in today's world, it's really easy to sit back and say, well, I'm fine, no matter what. No matter what I'm feeling, no matter what I know I'm going through, what's really, eating me inside, I'm fine. But I figured out that it makes it so much easier to cope and deal with things when you just share. And I'm not trying to be anybody's, mental guru. Still working on my own self, still trying to figure out my own problems. But if there's anything in this video that helps somebody out, all the better. I'm looking to uplift anybody that is having a bad time, or like I said, just, anyone who might not know where or what to say or how to put what they're feeling into words. This is potentially for you. In the midst of everything, your physical health plays a huge part into your day-to-day. You have to eat right. You got to hydrate. Taking care of the physical helps you prepare to take care of the mental, because if your body's screaming at you, telling you that, oh no, you need to eat, oh man, you're dehydrated, or you're low on iron and your body's shaking, those kind of things are normally the stepping stones to what really causes a bad day. Because I know me personally, even if I'm having a really bad day, if I have some food, I'm pretty much good. Like, it's really hard for me to be upset after eating. Like, I think it's kind of hard, or it'd be difficult for anybody to be upset, truly upset with a full stomach. Like, it's just hard to, to hold on to that while you're full. Along with the health side of the things, of course, the mental is huge. Something that I'm realizing more and more every day. The people around me are kind of breaking down the barrier for me to open up. Naturally, I keep things to myself. I'm really the type of person to, leave something in my mind, and then once I feel like I'm over it, it just kind of sits there until it fades away. Not the healthiest decision. Doesn't always work for me, but it's what I've grown accustomed to doing. And 24 years later, it's a process of trying to work out of that. But it really is just as simple as talking to somebody. Doesn't have to be a long, lengthy discussion. You don't have to send somebody a paragraph. You don't even have to tell somebody all of your business. But getting something off of you that you've been holding on to for even 20 minutes can be huge. Can lighten your load for the week, for the month, for the year. Because carrying around those burdens, those heavy things that you feel like nobody else is going to understand or care about, you're really only doing more damage to yourself, because there are more people around you that care. They just might not necessarily know what's going on. Like I said, I don't like to inform everybody about my business. So when I do choose to speak, I pick my words carefully so that I don't give out too much, but I also feel like I express myself to the best of my abilities. But it's really just, it's just about comfortability. Comfortability is huge when it comes down to real, actual communication and clear expression. And there are many forms. Some people like to TED Talk. Some people like to, get in their rooms, close all the windows, turn some music on, and just vibe until they feel better. Some of us like to write music, stories. It kind of goes. It creates itself. The vibe and the passion of the moment kind of depicts on what it is. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you feel comfortable with is your communication channel. I'm pushing, you guys to use that, because it's huge. We're losing so many people to suicides, just for the simple fact that there aren't enough people involved or seemingly caring enough to be involved, so that there's those of us who have chosen to harm, and even in the senses, like I said, take their own lives and leave that mark upon their family and loved ones. It's never easy. It won't get any easier. Trying to talk somebody down from a ledge, whether metaphorically or literally, but you have to put yourself out there to be loved so that you can also love in return, because there's no way for you to actually say you care for somebody if you won't even be real enough and honest enough with them to open up when something is wrong. And it's a growing pain. It can get uncomfortable. You can feel like you're going to be judged, somebody's going to laugh at you, or get out of hand. But you really have to, it's about having that set core of people, that set core of friends, family members, whoever it is that you have that trust in, and that you can rely on, that will be there for you in the moment, walk you through the moment, and then will help you celebrate the fact that you got out of that moment. But it all starts with, individual, you as a person. You have to start that conversation, and you have to keep that conversation going, because only you know what's truly going on in the world, in your world. So you can't expect somebody else to be able to read your mind just to get your story out. Gonna spend just a little bit of time, not too much time, because I know this is the point where things can kind of get political, and I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way. But your faith is huge. No matter what you may be committed to, it's huge. Talking to, in my case, God has been one of the biggest uplifting things for me. Already noticing the things around me changing. The negative things are starting to disappear, and I'm seeing more positive on a day-to-day basis. And it's crazy. It's awe-inspiring how powerful He is. And the old heads always told us in church, well, baby, He may not come when you want Him, but He's on time. And of course, we laughed at that, like, what does that even mean? Like, to us as kids, we didn't have real problems, so we just brushed that off, like, oh yeah, all right, okay, all right, grandma, like, okay. But now as an adult, like, it's everything. At the end of the day, I record these for me, but it's for you. So if there's anything, anybody out there who wants somebody to talk to, whether it just be a listening ear, or we can go, back and forth with the constant flow of conversation, whatever you need, whatever you feel like could help you in any situation, never hesitate to reach out. If you have my number, if you don't, follow me on socials, send me a DM. Like, I'm an open book. I'm willing to talk, to anybody about anything. So what I don't want is that, they always told us as the next generation, we wanted to create a better world for the people coming after us. And I feel like the only way to do that is that the people of my generation and, of the previous have to come together and work together to reform and restructure some of the problems and issues that are going on. So if there's anybody out there that needs that support, that's looking for somebody to confide in and just have an honest, a real conversation with, don't hesitate to reach out. We can keep it anonymous. I'm not here to blast anybody. I'm not trying to get into anybody's business, but if there's something on your heart that you feel like you want to get off and you don't have anybody to talk to, your boy is here. And to add on to that, check on your people, man. Check on your folks. We're getting older every day. And I mean folks as far as, close friends, your homie around the corner, your partner from high school. Check on your folks, man, because you never know what somebody's dealing with. People's plates get insanely full, and a lot of people stress out, gain, crazy amounts of anxiety, go through depression, and it's not a good place for anybody to be. So, just reach out to your people, man. Check on them, make sure they feel loved, make sure they know that regardless of what they have going on, they have somebody in their corner. That person is you, or that person is y'all if it's a collective family. But don't ever hesitate to reach out to your people, because the last thing you want is to feel like you could have and should have done something after you get that phone call that somebody's in the hospital, or after you get the phone call that, somebody close to you is no longer with us. It's a tough pill to swallow, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, to have to sit there with that turmoil of, wow, if only I had been more involved, if only if I had cared more, if only if I had shown more love, maybe this wouldn't have gone the way it did. But it's as simple as sending out a text message, showing somebody that you were thinking about them, showing them that they were on your mind enough for you to actually reach out and just check in, see what they have going. Before I go, definitely have to give a shout out to my man CT. Met Christian while I was at Sam, while we were both at Sam, became good friends almost immediately. We got involved in an organization together, and we've been tight ever since. So I definitely got to give my man a shout out. If you haven't heard his single yet, Suicide, it's amazing, beautiful song. My man's a really talented artist. I'm pushing for him, hoping he does great things, and I'm just gonna keep giving you guys more music so that you can become a fan like I'm already a fan. CT, if you see this, man, big ups to you. Keep sending me the links. Like, you got one, though. I'm rocking with you. Keep doing what you're doing, stay strong and just keep rolling, And when you blow up, I need that first official, Chris sings T, what I'm saying, jacket, do whatever you kick out, man. Make sure you send, your boy some merch. And of course, we don't just keep the love reciprocated back and forth. So, guys, I'm gonna add his SoundCloud to the description below so you can check him out. Like and subscribe. Great musician, great dude, great friend. Appreciate you, CT. Before I go, I always gotta remind you guys, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share the videos. I'm trying to gain as much, publicity, notoriety as I can. Trying to grow the channel to do bigger and better things. I can only do that with y'all's help, so please do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. Share the video, send it to your mama, your granny, anybody you think that could get a laugh out of one, or maybe even just feel impacted about, maybe a subject I'm talking about. Till again, guys. Peace.